want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll take for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make great.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going.
Let's get it going. Hey, guys. Hello. How are y'all doing today? I am doing very well. I am here at Janelle's, and we've got, new baby Alex, and he's thriving. He's doing great. I'm very excited to be on live with you guys. I'm so excited because, I don't stop reading. I just, it's been a lot. I haven't even really opened up my computer too much, but I wanted to come on today and say hi to you guys, do a little bit of astrology, maybe even pull a card. I brought a couple of decks with me. I got the Oracle of the Phoenix, and I've got the map, the Enchanted Map, and the Phoenix deck. I brought 2 decks with me. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for hanging out and waiting for me. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Good to see all of you guys. Good to see Orb. Good to see you two-stepping, trying to give me some watch hours. Thank you, darling. Witchy Mama's in the house. Jill. Hello, beautiful friends. Peace, love, Jeeps. Lady Freedom. Woo, woo. Lady Freedom's in the house. Hey, babe. Good to see you. Good to see you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sweetheart. That is so thoughtful of you. So sweet. So sweet. So, hey, Janet. Good to see you, honey. Oh, I'm so happy. We are so happy. Maybe Janelle will bring him out here real quick. Put him on the screen real quick and run back in. It's awful hot. But I'm sitting out here because, Lily's back home. She's watering a buck. And we got Janelle's friend came and visited her today. So, the astrology, though, the astrology. I have not pulled Alex's chart. I mean, y'all know my rule of thumb is not to not pull my kids, pull my family. I don't look at them. I know my chart. That's good enough. I just don't. If my kids have asked me several times, and those times I will, but I don't like to do it too much because y'all know how I remember stuff. And I think when it comes to my kids, I get over, I might go psycho with it. So I'm not really trying to do all that. I'm psycho enough. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Lux, good to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. He is so precious, girl. He is so precious. He is just such a good boy. He's just so cute, so sweet. So I put out some videos since I've been here. I did put out one about, Sebastian, because this live is going to be about the astrology of the things that I've been seeing. We are definitely in phase 3 right now with Sebastian Rogers. And there are things that are going to be taking place. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. Even if I had a crystal ball, it's not gonna tell us, exactly what it is that's going to be coming into the case. But I can tell you one thing is certain, and I've been seeing this for quite a while. And I did put that in the video that I uploaded yesterday about Sebastian. Katie is having a nodal return. Her lunar nodes of fate, the lunar nodes are just hypothetical placements, and those lunar nodes are showing that I don't know what time Katie Proudfoot is born. Okay. I don't know what time she's born, but I can tell you one thing. There's a lot of fate that is going to wrap itself back around with Katie. Eventually, those nodes will come to Sebastian, but first it's going to come to Katie. It's where she's been before, and it would have to do with publicity. It would have to do with, I'm going, as I show you some of the transits and how they are expressing themselves, I think then you will really understand why I talk a lot about the military when it comes to Jupiter. Jupiter rules that 9th house, and Jupiter is about the military. It's also about it's philosophy, it's mythology. It is flight, taking flight. It is about courts and the judges and attorneys, and they can all work itself out in different ways, all at the same time, even, so I'm wondering if because of her military background and because of Chris's military background, is there something having to do with the military? How could it be? Is it, could it be some type of military school? Well, with Sebastian having 6q27 chromosomal deletion, autism, that's pretty much out of the question. But I don't know because the way that these scenarios with missing kids could work out is, a lot of different ways. And when I was doing the video, I said the word, of course, I'm intuiting it. And I said the word explosion. And I do know that there was a past explosion at the Sumner County dump, the Sumner County trash dump. So I don't know if that would play anything, if that would come into play at any point in time. I don't, with what is to come between now and 2027. I don't know. But I'm just, I guess right now I'm just basically talking things out loud with you guys because I don't know. And I'm just now really trying to figure it out because there is, just like today for an example. Today there was a explosion and it was off the coast of Florida. It was an experimental explosion is what they called it. And I do believe that it has to do with the military, and I'm going to show you guys why it has to do with the military and possibly the ship. They're doing that shock test on the ship, and it's off the coast of Florida. This ship, this Navy ship, has not even been commissioned, so I can't pull the chart of the ship. If it had been commissioned, I could have pulled it up for us and we could look at it, but it hasn't been commissioned yet. But I did pull the Navy up with it. Very, very interesting indeed to look at the Navy. And I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but I now have the chart for Sumner County, Tennessee. And it was by accident that I came across of it. So that's very interesting to see how Sumner County compares to Sebastian's chart. It's amazing. It's, like, whoa. So I do want to show you guys some of the astrology today. Hey, Cinderella, good to see you, honey. Good to see you. Angel for you. Hey, babe. Good to see you guys. I've just missed you all so much. When you're on live and you get used to your community, it just bring him out here for just a second. That's Janelle. Let's see if let me tilt it this way. Oh, thank you, Cam. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. I just love seeing you guys. We're like family. Lily, go back in. You don't have pants on.
Yeah, Lily, go in. Go put clothes on.
Okay. Here is little baby Alex, guys. And Lily. Say hi, y'all.
Hi.
Say hi, fam.
Thank you. Him's a sweet boy.
He is so sweet.
He's my brother.
Is that Jill? Jilly B?
Yeah, Jill.
Oh, look, Jill.
There's Lady Freedom, Trisha. There's Shauna.
Oh, hey, y'all.
Hi.
You remember Shauna?
No.
Really?
You remember
No.
Trisha? Trisha's
we
been
didn't meet
here.
Shauna.
Yeah, you
That's
haven't
what I'm
met Shauna.
talking about.
Trisha.
Trisha. She had
Shauna's
color
in the
her hair, I
house.
think. And Jill?
Is it the one with the black lipstick on?
Yes.
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 It's a black lipstick, Lady Freedom.
And then Jill, we played with her.
Yeah.
Yes, Jill played with you, played Candyland.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Tell him to say I'm an Aquarius.
You know.
Yeah,
But I am, though.
Yeah, him's so cute, but I don't want to keep him out here too long. It's hot.
it is burning up, guys. It is burning up.
Him needs to lay back down.
Yeah.
He's so cute. Stop it.
Lady Freedom's laughing at you, or Trisha is, about the black lipstick.
And they're all saying, hey, Lily.
Hey, Lily.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, he does have great color. He did have a tad bit of
Jaundice.
but I think we're getting better.
Hi, Jill.
It's too hot.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.
No.
Bye, guys.
Hi, Jill. Bye, Jill. And bye.
Thank you, Lily. Just so precious, guys. I know. I know it. Uh, I'm burning up out here. It's just so hot. But I don't want I could go inside here in a little bit. I probably will. I don't think you would hear a lot of noise, but um it may distract me. I don't know. But we'll see how long I can take it out here. My hair's, it's gonna start going up and up and up and just be a big frizz ball. But but thank you guys for being here. The videos that I did upload about Sebastian, the video that I uploaded about Sebastian is it's basically just saying that we are definitely in phase 3. I've given dates that we're going to watch. And then the nodal return for Katie, that's going to be very intense because it's not just the south node. The south lunar node, the nodes look like a horseshoe in astrology. Well, the south node in Leo in November is going to be conjunct Mars. So Mars is going to be there. And then there's going to be Jupiter. And so Jupiter is going to expand the energy with Mars. It's going to expand the energy with the South Node where Katie's been before. And so eventually, I'm going to look at the map. I'm going to probably, instead of doing a live, I'm probably going to do a video so you guys can go back and look at it with Sebastian's map and show that south node because I want us to see where we're going with that south node. Sure do. Because what's going to happen is the north node in Aquarius on Sebastian's map, the south node is going to go southeast, and then the north node is going to go up there to the landfill. It's going to be, I'm pretty sure on his map, it's that Kentucky landfill that they went to. So the north node is going to be opposing her and where she's been before. And it would be amazing if Sumner County had something of substance with the investigation that we just don't know about. Like maybe, maybe they're trying to build a case. Could only hope. We could only hope. So those are going to be some things I'm going to be putting out for sure. Whether it's a live or if it's a video, I'm definitely going to be putting that out. But let's go ahead and let's do a card. Let's just do, let's get some vibing, some divining going on. And I don't know if you guys have had a chance to watch my Who Am I? Why Am I Here video. I really enjoyed creating that today. I just felt very called to once again remind folks that the way I understand, and I'm not, God, I don't have all the answers, we just don't, we're not going to, but there is definitely a huge part of me that has always known, we've just always known that. Some of us have definitely always known that we aren't just here by accident, that we are definitely here for more than just, hanging out and circumstances just befalling us. No, well, there is definitely a rhyme and a reason and a season for everything that happens in our life. And so I did bring the Phoenix cards. Hey, Janice, good to see you, babe. I just missed you guys so much. Just miss y'all. Seems like a long time. I know it hasn't been that long, but it seems like forever. And Jeff would be joining us if he wasn't in a bad spot. He doesn't have service where he's at, so he may once he gets home, he may be able to jump on if I'm still live. There's definitely an easy way of being. Yeah. I mean, we've just got the pain and suffering. You think, gosh, I wouldn't have chosen this life. Well, you did. You did. Because you're a badass. That's why. You know, we all are. We all are. We all are. No matter what circumstances, no matter what happens throughout our life, it just is what it is, you know? I do think that we created our life path and we accepted it way before we came into the womb. There's a certain time that we have to be born. Not a second before, not a minute before, not another day, that moment. That moment. It is what defines us, the power of empathy. The power of empathy. I love these cards. They're all so beautiful, beautiful birds. The power of empathy. And let's read this before we get going. And thank you all for being here, for hitting that thumbs up, for just showing love and supporting this channel, supporting the work. The power of empathy. Let's do it. Let's do it. As soon as you say, I'm done learning shit. Exactly. Right? And sorry about my nails, guys. They did look cute, but no more. The power of empathy. This card reminds you that as a highly sensitive and empathetic person, you are in possession of an extraordinary power. This powerful phoenix has flown into your life as a teacher of wisdom. School starts with this card, read and learn, and that's what the earth is. It's a school. We are coming to fulfill a learning, a lot of learning. School starts with this card, read and learn. As a highly sensitive and empathetic person, your tears influence the destiny of all humanity. If you see images of war or people or animals being mistreated, you are overwhelmed by powerful emotions. You may think that to be so affected by the suffering of others is a disadvantage, but it is your tears that help to prevent this world from sinking into war and chaos. While human history has been characterized by violence, those who are highly sensitive and empathetic have guided us away from the disaster with the magic of their emotions. Being highly sensitive and empathetic is not a disadvantage, it's a duty, it's a destiny. You are serving the needs of the world, and the spirit world bows before you. Destiny, guys, destiny. And that's what it is. It's all about that destiny, you know, all about the destiny. And so, as I am live, if you guys want any type of reading while I'm live, you know, don't be afraid to ask. Ask and receive. Ask and receive, okay? So now that we've got that under order, and I did bring the maps too. Now that I've got that, I'm going to bring up my I'm going to share my whole screen. Actually, what I want to do first is bring up my pen, Epic pen. Here we go. Well, come on, pen. Right, what's going on here? Okay. I'm going to bring on my, actually, before I do that, I want to share something. Did you guys know that Japan had a big earthquake today? Did y'all know that? Jeff messaged it to me today, and I was like, whoa, whoa. Oh, thank you, Shauna. Thank you, darling. You're so sweet. Thank you for the support, honey. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if you want a card, Shauna, I'm more than happy to pull you a card for that $20 donation, sister. I'm very happy to do so if you would like. I don't have, you know, I'm not under any type of time limit or anything like that. Yeah, thank you so much, Shauna. Let me go ahead and pull you a card. How about that? How about that? Not even going to wait for you to say yay or nay. Let me just go ahead and pull you a card. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. When we are, you know, when we are in the womb, I think that there's a lot of things that, could be going on when we are in the womb with mom, right? Oh, this one just jumped out and it's the Lust for Life card. Look at this, Shauna. The Lust for Life. That's pretty self-explanatory. Look, I love these birds. I love this deck. The Lust for Life. Out of all of the cards, the Lust for Life loves to jump out. It really does. I can't wait to show you guys Sumner County's chart. Wait till you see this compared to Sebastian's. Wow. Like, whoa. I know it. It does remind me of the inner child too. Yeah. And out of all of the cards, this one shows itself a lot. Yes, yes. I love this. I love this deck, Lady Freedom. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So again, this love for freedom, love for life. Actually, the lust for life, I think, does embody the freedom of joy. Of joy. See our world through the eyes of a child and discover paradise. It can be found anywhere. The magical yellow phoenix will guide you on the path of joy. Heaven, the new world, and the golden age cannot be achieved through hard work and the pursuit of ambition or by perfecting your abilities and skills. However, look at the world through the eyes of a child and you will realize that heaven is already here. The best thing is given to you as a gift. When did you last jump for joy? Have you lost your zest for life? Is your life dominated by stress, depression, or burnout? Jesus once said, "Except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter the kingdom of heaven." Now is the time to question and transform your patterns of behavior and to make a new start. Reprogram the autopilot of your subconscious. And it is. It's like seeing Lily, and seeing her run around and jumping and playing and singing. And it's the zest, it just reminds us of what it's like to be a child, and to have fun, to have a lot of joy, right? So that one was for you, Shauna. Thank you so much. And like I said, at any time, guys, if y'all want a card, if you want me to pull your chart, I'm here for you guys. I am so here. And I've missed y'all. I've just missed y'all. But let me show you the charts, okay? If y'all will so oblige, and if you don't understand something, tell me. Tell me what you don't understand and I'll try to explain it the best that I can. We are all in this together and just trying to figure out how to become better to help find these missing kids because it takes it all. I mean, I can't just look at the astrology and go, oh, he's here. I've got to use the map. I've got to use all these tools that's available to me in order to understand. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at some of these charts, but we're first going to start with Japan. Okay. I'm going to show because I think it's going to help you guys understand why I say some of the things that I do about Sebastian and the coming up transits that we are looking forward to. Okay. So here we go, guys. Here we go.
Developing news out of Japan overnight. A powerful earthquake struck the southern part of the island nation earlier, rattling buildings and putting people there on edge. Now that 7.1 magnitude quake is leading to fears of a potential tsunami. NBC News international correspondent Raf Sanchez joins us with the latest. Raf, first, let's start with the damage. What can you tell us about the extent of the damage there?
So, Joe, this powerful quake striking the Kumamoto region in southern Japan about 4:30 p.m. local time. A lot of parents were out picking their kids up from summertime activities. And we are now getting a sense of the scale of the destruction here. A lot of roads, a lot of bridges have been damaged. People have been told to stay off the roads if they can. You can see just the scale of the shaking there. There is a lot of concern about one mall in particular. Japan is a country where buildings are designed to withstand earthquakes, but according to local authorities, the second floor of this particular mall has collapsed. Several people are said to be trapped inside, and police are saying that they now presume that there are multiple fatalities at that location. We also saw in a Costco there, boxes falling off of high shelves onto people in the aisles. Some of those witnessed, some of the people, you can see it there, that Costco, some people there stuck underneath the debris. And there is a 16th century castle in the area, Joe, which is popular with tourists. Part of the walls of that castle crumbling beneath the force of this quake. Around 50,000 homes have lost power. And so there is a real race on right now to restore electricity.
And Raph, we know with these earthquakes often.
It's wild, ain't it? Just wild. And so one thing that I definitely want to discuss with you guys is, and remind you, because I think that we talk about so much, that it can be overwhelming, especially for, for you guys that aren't, you're not doing the astrology. You're not looking at it like I am. So a refresher as I put my hair up. With Jupiter being in Leo, with Hygeia being in Leo, we have a really good chance, a very good chance of massive solar flares, and a very good chance of a lot of publicity going to certain events that have to do with our health. And of course, health is a broad spectrum, right? Hey, honey, Jeff's back into service. Yes, thank you. Yeah, some littles don't have that chance. Exactly. Right. Trying to say the same thing last night. You said it better. The kids are just so not aware of how the world can be. When we see them carefree, we never want that to be tarnished. No, we don't. We don't. And at the same time, just like when Alex, he wasn't coming home and Janelle was just, she was, I just, there was no way I could comfort her with words. It was so, it was just so heartbreaking. And then to see all the little babies in the NICU, it's just so heartbreaking. Can't do anything about it. And, that's why I think my heart was just so being called to say to us all and to remind us all that we chose the life. These babies, some of them have Down syndrome. They chose that life. And it doesn't make it any easier, when you have terminal illness, your children, you're watching them, die of a terminal illness. That's one of the worst things, you know, or to not know what happened to him, like Seth, not knowing what happened to Sebastian, where he's at, if he's okay. We chose it. We choose the life, Thank you, Jules. Good to see you, honey. Thank you, Jeff, for always being a support, babe. Sure do miss you. Haven't seen Jeff. Well, saw Jeff on Saturday. Saw him on Saturday. Or was it Sunday? I don't even remember. The days are going all over the place. Here this morning, a 9-year-old went missing in the woods. He was found within an hour, passed out in a brush. I was like, this Jupiter and Leo, he's going to be fine. Yeah. The Jupiter in Leo is also going to expand our military. Love you too, babe. Be careful. Thank you for coming. Let me put this rat's nest up because it's getting hot. I'm burning up out here. But the things that we are going to see with Jupiter being in Leo is, I think it's going to be pretty spectacular. It's going to have to do with our military. It'll be a lot with the courts, judges, more judges, going to be attorneys, prosecutors, just like the prosecutor, right? Y'all remember hearing about the prosecutor Let me see if I can find that, because this is going to be something that we're going to see a lot of. He was assassinated. Let's see. I don't even know if I can say that on here. Oh, let's see. Let me just read it. And this was back. Okay, so this was, I think this was the third one. I don't know. I don't know because I've been out of the loop, but let me show you guys. Let me show you guys this. Oh, hold on. Let's look at this one. It says prosecutor assassinated amid boat strike probe. I was just seeing this yesterday. So amid boat strike probe. And it was wild. Like wild. I don't know if y'all saw that video, but I did a TikTok and then I uploaded it on my YouTube, but whoa. Because the night before, I kept seeing these 417s and I'm like, 417, Jen, you got to remember 417 because it's about to show itself. It's going to have to show itself. Whoever's got it, it's going to show itself. Well, then I read this and I'm like, oh my gosh, Ecuador. Let me pull Ecuador. And lo and behold, it's Ecuador's moon. I mean, I can't make it up. It says the prosecutor investigating the U.S. boat strikes and torture allegations in Ecuador in connection with the Trump war crimes, blowing up those boats off the coast of Venezuela. The prosecutor was assassinated. That clip references an alarming report from Drop Site News reported by Camila Galarza that raises serious allegations and deserves more public scrutiny. Oh, wow. Mac and cheese and rice. Oh my gosh. That's your dad. He's in there working in the church. Oh, dang it. Oh my God. We're out of butter. We're out of butter. Oh my gosh. Yeah, can't make it up. Absolutely can't make it up. Absolutely. So yeah, girl, it feels like 120 right now. Like it's just ridiculous. Yeah. So again, the energy with Jupiter in Leo is fire. It is fire. It's explosive. Okay. And so because it's fiery, because Leo's fiery, explosive, and all of this, yeah, thank you, babe. Because of this energy, we do have to think, okay, so our sun, our sun's, solar flares. That's going to be a big thing. Solar flares will be a big thing while Jupiter's in Leo, while high G is in Leo. And then when let Mars come into it, and man, it's going to be a showdown. So right now the sun is shining in Leo. The sun, Hygeia, and Jupiter all hanging out in conversation. So the expansion of health, the expansion of children, the expansion of publicity, the expansion of judges and attorneys, prosecutors, judges with kids, judges being prosecuted because of their love for kids. So things like that, we will definitely start noticing patterns, Jupiter is also philosophical, right? So when we think about religion, it could have to do with more pastoral, preachers and pastors and priests engaging in things having to do with children. School is about to start, we could be starting to see things happening with schools, crazy shit going down with schools. I'm definitely going to be hydrating. I've got a ice water and I've got a water in the freezer that's hardening up. I'm about to bring it out here. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. If you haven't become a member, think about becoming a member. With the Watchers, we watch and we observe and we just try to, pay attention on this channel, especially having to do with the astrology and the missing and, things going on in our world. So, oh my God, I've heard it all. I've heard it all. Seriously, I've heard it all. Yes, lots with children, I think. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Yeah, girl, what you said. But anyway, so what I'm going to do right now is I want to show you Ecuador. And I want to show you the quake that happened in Japan and the explosion that happened in Florida before I get into Sebastian, because I want to show you guys why I'm saying some of the things that I'm saying is because we can see it in real time. We can see this in real time. So because we can see it in real time, that makes us go, okay, so this is a possibility as we, go through this phase 3 and we come into November. And I think that November is not, I think it could be, if anything is happening with Sebastian's case in November 12th, I think is what Mob Crew was stating. And people were saying that that is a thing. It would be a phone call. It would be a phone call, like a preliminary, discussion of discovery and things of that nature, just a phone call from the judge. That's what I'm thinking. But we're gonna see. We're gonna be here for it, God willing. Gator got mad at closet door today and knocked it off the rails. Oh my gosh. Oh, Gator. Okay, so I'm gonna share my entire screen and we're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at this, guys. Share my entire screen. How long are people going to be in Leo? Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about the transits in Leo. And hello, Mary. Good to see you. Good to see you, darling. Good to see everybody coming in. Please be sure and hit that thumbs up and, share the video if you like it. So here's the transits right now. It is 4:43:40 in Nashville, and it's just a clock. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it because we're going to come back when we start to talk about Sebastian. We're going to start with this chart. Okay, so I'm going to stop it because I've talked about this. I've talked about this not in a video, but in lives. I've talked about this energy, and I'm going to remind you about it as well as myself. We're going to get all into it with Sebastian. Okay, so I've stopped that. Now, I want to show you the Japan quake that took place today. I'm going to pull Japan and Japan quake. So Japan is over here on the left. This is the country Japan right here. And then here's the quake. It happened 4:27 p.m. their time today. It was afternoon when it took place for them. Well, immediately, when we're playing the numbers game, because that's what we do on this channel when we're looking at the astrology. We just do it a little bit different, but it seems to work. It seems to work really, really good. So we keep doing it. Okay. We just keep doing it this way. What we do is we just basically want to see, okay, what is it that's at the same degree? And the first one that I always go to is I always want to look at these right here. Kronos and Hades. These two, Kronos looks like the T with the cross in the middle, and Hades looks like a C with the cross in the middle, or coming down from the bottom of the C. So Hades is this one, and Kronos is this one. Kronos is at a 1655, and Hades is at a 1546. These are collective transits. They're 24 hours. Hades is a weight. So there's a weight of home. So I first wanted to see, okay, do we have a weight of home? And I don't see it. I don't see the weight of home with Japan. So that's the first one that I like to look at. Okay. So we don't have this weight. What else can we see? What else do we see? The other collective, especially with the shakeup that comes really quick, would be Uranus. Okay, so Uranus at a 453 in Gemini is in the 6th house. So that's the health. That's the everyday, the 453. And I do see a 453 in the Japan chart, and that is Vesta. Vesta is in Taurus. Taurus is about the earth. There is a flame of life. The flame of life has burnt out. There have been casualties. Okay, so the flame of life was shaken up. It was activated. It activated the earth and possibly head wounds. This could even be a warring. So if I were to say, okay, this earthquake was man-made, I don't have any proof other than this Aries right here. I'm concerned that there could have been a man-made quake. But I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm going to keep it in the back of my mind and go, okay, it could be. So the other thing that I want to look at, because now we know that 453 and 453, we made a connection. Uranus is about groups. It's about communications. It's about shaking things up. Shaking things up. So we go to Jupiter. Jupiter is in Leo. The sun is in Leo. Hygeia is in Leo. Vulcanus is in Leo. So I wonder, okay, well, then all of that is here with the 11th house of groups, with the home, with families, with the land, and there's a big shakeup. It's a big shakeup with the health factor, because Hygeia is there, and Jupiter had just expanded their moon. Jupiter had just went over there and expanded their moon. So Jupiter is conjunct at a 6th degree. Vulcan is conjunct at a 6th degree. The sun is coming over the moon. And Hygeia is coming to the moon as well. So Hygeia is going to come right here. This means that all of this here in the 11th house is going to be there's going to be an expansion with publicity. The other thing that I notice is this Mercury, guys, because there's got to be some media, right? There's got to be some media attention, and there was media attention. There was media attention because this energy with Mercury, with the media, is sitting right here conjunct their Zeus, their magnetism. And the magnetism is with communications. It's with their public image. And their public image, there is a magnetism with Mercury, the media. The reason why I'm wondering if this is some type of military man-made something is because Jupiter did conjunct and is still conjunct that moon. So it does make me wonder, because Jupiter would be the expansion, right? It could be the expansion of the plates, but it could also be the expansion of the some type of military. Military was definitely being shown in a big way today. Big way. Big way. The justice with tsunami. Okay, so the tsunami at 1149, that of course was hitting their 11, it's going to be hitting their 1144 right now, the 1146. So we do have some of those connections that are being made with the sea. Now what I want to do is I want to show you how Venus at a 2011, she's sitting here. She's right there in the 1st house, but she did come across this degree. There is an activation with things from the past that brought a lot of darkness. And that thing from the past that brought a lot of darkness, of course, is that big Japan quake that took place years ago with the, I think it was Fukushima. Hey, Mama Rissa, good to see you, honey. Good to see you, Mama Marissa. Hello. Good to see you, babe. Always love seeing you, Mama Marissa. So I thought that that was interesting, that there was definitely a connection with the groups. If we look at Ceres is more of a, this 2618, this energy with the 2618, I don't see where we're having there is an opposition. So because there is this opposition with the 8th house with Japan, it does make me wonder what the opposition with Ceres, because I look at Ceres as that directed energy. It would be like a directed energy type of quake, if that were to be the case, if that were to ever be the case, right? Now, let's look at the Florida one, because what happened is the Navy, I think, did this experimental explosion off the coast, Flagler Beach in Florida. Did you feel that, Lady Freedom? Did you feel any kind of quake today? Because there was a 3.9. It ended up being a 3.9 off the coast. And a lot of people in Florida said that they felt it. They did one 2 weeks ago. Okay, just so y'all know, they did one 2 weeks ago. Another experimental explosion has occurred northeast of Flagler Beach, measured at a 3.9 and nearly the same location as the first full ship shock trial for the future USS Ted Stevens. And guys, eventually, this ship is going to be commissioned, and we will have that chart to compare it to. But until then, the only chart that we can compare it with is the Navy. And y'all know I've already got, if I can pull a chart, I'm going to pull it. So this was very interesting to me, is that when this took place, again, I'm looking at the Navy, and I'm looking at this weight, right? Because I always want to look at the weight. The 1546 Hades did make a connection with this event with the Navy. It's in the 5th house of how they create. This is an explosion with Sag, but this 2929 is investigative. It's hidden. It's a secret. It's top secret, right? So the 1546, we can see that that is Ceres involved. What did I say Ceres is? Guys, it is directed energy. There was some type of directed energy explosion. And it was weighted down with the 3rd house. Interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. Now, what I want to show you guys is this. Let me pull up Florida. Let me pull up Florida. That same 1546 with the Navy is right here. Right there with Florida. It is the physician Apollo. And that physician Apollo that is connected to Florida, there's a huge weight. There's a weight. There is a weight of land. There's a weight of home. And it would have taken place earlier. There was a devouring energy with the military. Jupiter is the military, okay? Jupiter is the military here with this event. Other events, it could be, it could act like a judge or an attorney. But here, the expansion is the military. The 1546 is the physician that brings enlightenment. And there was a lot of enlightenment, wasn't there, when this took place? Because it went viral. It went viral. I'm talking about the one that could have been man-made could have been with Japan today. And it was as well with Florida. It was called, for Florida, it was called experimental explosion. That's all they called it. That's all they called it. But it was definitely with the Navy. Okay. So, like I said, the Navy having the 1546 here with Ceres is a directed energy explosion. Okay. Mars is the detonator, the ship, and the 2026, it had just went. Mars is sitting here in the 11th house with the Navy. All right. So Mars being here had just come to ground. It's like a ground wire. Mars was acting as a ground wire to this explosion. Are y'all following me? You didn't feel a thing? You didn't feel a thing? The other thing that I noticed with this event is pretty spectacular with the Navy, and that is this: the physician that brings enlightenment. Watch this. The physician that brings enlightenment right here. That's Apollo. It's in Scorpio. It's at a 617. Well, if we look at the Navy's chart, we can find two 617s in their chart. One of them is here. It's a shakeup with groups right there. It's a 617. That is in Gemini. So it was activating the groups. It was activating the shakeup with people that are like, holy shit, what just happened? Yeah. Was it an earthquake? No. It was an explosion, an experimental explosion. The other one is right here. It's with their everyday, it's with the Navy's everyday, with their responsibility, with their accountability, and the structure. So there was a lot of warring that is connected to this enlightenment, because the ship is a warring ship. You know what I'm saying? And then the day before, this was already planned. You know, there was all kinds of planning going on. So I can even see the planning that led up to this event. It's just wild. You can totally see it, because yesterday, with all the planning that was taking place, Vulcanus was at a 445, and it was definitely activating this 445 outer wheel, 445 outer wheel. I also see the China quake in here as well. That took place. There was a quake that took place in China. And I mean, I could keep on showing you guys things that I'm recognizing in the charts. But either way, the other, oh yeah, there was one more that I wanted to show you on this one. The moon here in the 9th house, that's the military, right? Jupiter rules this. Jupiter rules this 9th house, but it's in Capricorn. It's transiting in Capricorn during this explosion. Well, the 1939 moon is right here, and it's connecting and activating the white moon. What is the white moon in the 4th house right there? Well, guys, the white moon is the teacher. It's the teacher. We're learning. They were learning today. They were learning. This was the second one that they did. They're learning. The second one that they did, they're learning. There is the 2. The Gemini is the 2. The Gemini is 2. So this was the second one, and they were learning from things of the past about the detonation. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I could keep on going on and on and on about this one, but I'm gonna stop here for a second, and I want us to go to the Ecuador, because this was it this one that I was looking at it? Yeah. Yep. So on the 26th, the evening of the 26th, Sunday night, I'm sitting outside, I'm looking at the transits, and I'm like, whoa. Whoa. I've seen this before, and now I really want to observe it. 417, 417. So Pluto in Aquarius is at a 417. We see that Neptune is at a 418. It's in retrograde, so we know that it's coming down to the 417. We see the 417 here. There's trans Pluto. It's in the 8th house. 417. I can see the sun. The sun is coming into that 417. Hygeia has already come into the 417, and Hygeia, when it did, opposed. There was an opposition with Hygeia and Leo and Pluto and Aquarius. Well, once I got the news about the equatorial, what happened in Ecuador, I pulled up Ecuador because I was like, man, the Secret Service is in transit. Remember when I told you guys that Secret Service was going to be in transit for days and days and days? Let me show you again. I'm going to remind you and have this on. So it started on the 22nd. Today's the 28th. It started on the 22nd when Saturn was at this 1444. That's the day that it started, on the 22nd. Now, it goes the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and then now we see Saturn still at this degree on the 25th, but now it's at a station. It's stationing. Now it's at a red station. Now on the 26th, it is surreal. It is big time, intense stuff going down. And so this is when I saw the chart, when it had the red S for the hard, intense station for Saturn. So it's going to be at this degree. Now it's in retrograde, and it's going to stay in retrograde until the 31st. So we got till Friday. So let me come back. So I'm going to pull up Ecuador with that 20 on the 26th, so I can show you. I know some of you might have watched that video that I put out, but some of you may not. So I just want to go ahead and show it to you because I think that this is pretty interesting. Very interesting, really. This is going to be they just did a surge higher. I'm not sure that this isn't, there is something more to this instead of a hiring. I think I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I don't think so though. So what I saw when I pulled up Ecuador, I saw their moon at a 417. And so that means that their moon was sitting here reflecting with relationships, and it was conjunct Jupiter, that's the prosecutor. It was conjunct an explosion, that's the boats. It's conjunct the world health with Hygeia, and there's a light shining on it. And it was opposing Pluto. The intense transformation with groups, the intense transformation for the future. And that Pluto is sitting in Ecuador's chart here in the 9th house. Remember, the 9th house is judges, prosecutors, military, right? Things we learn, philosophical, long travels, we could keep on going, but it was opposing the 3rd house. The 3rd house rules. The 3rd house ruler is Gemini. It's at least 2. There was an explosion. Things that have happened before in the past. And not only that, I want you to also look at this. Check this out. Today, this 1548, I don't know if it's 1548 yet. Let's see. It's coming. No, that's going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow, there's going to be a huge weight over this event that took place tomorrow. It's going to begin tomorrow. It's going to be a 24-hour transit. Ecuador will be having a heavy, heavy weight on them. The physician Apollo at a 617. We know that the Navy's got the 617, don't we? We just saw it. We literally just saw the Navy have the 617 in their chart times 2. Times 2. Watch this. The enlightenment with the physician is right here. And it's opposing things of the past with Ecuador and a lot of warring with it. So I think that this stuff with the Secret Service, with the Navy, things that we are seeing with our military, things that we are doing, that we are experimenting with, I just feel like that this is a pivotal time. It's just a pivotal time that we are in. I mean, really. This 1940 is definitely the military. That's the Navy, the 1940 with that fifth house with communications. The 1940 is from the military industrial complex. So Virginia owns the 1940 in their chart. So does the state of Tennessee, but so does the Navy. Okay. So does Saudi Arabia. That 1940 is big time. It's like a pattern when it comes to the military industrial complex. So I thought that was very interesting. Now I'm going to come back to Sebastian. Let's go back. Let me pull. Actually, I think I've already got him pulled up. Let me pull him up. Sebastian. Janelle said we needed butter. Huh? Oh. Sebastian. All right. We're going to look at the transits right now. We're going to talk about this because where does Sebastian go? I want to show you guys the chart that I created for Sumner County as well. All right, so y'all with me? Y'all still with me? Here's the transits. The 617, guys, I want to show you that the 617 with Jupiter is coming. Jupiter is coming to that 617 with the Navy and with Ecuador. So just letting you know that. And there's things that are taking place in Ecuador that are not in the public eye, not just yet. There's a lot of things that are hidden because of the Neptune. So anyway, this divine justice, she's at an 1144. The divine justice with Astria. She is coming here to the teacher. Things that we learn. And that is coming momentarily with the justice. The other person that has that degree in their chart, the only other person that I know that has the degree in their chart, like Sebastian, that 1143, no matter what time she's born, is Texana. But there is a divine justice that is coming with a teacher. There is a lesson here. There is a lesson, and it's in Pisces. And yes, she is coming to this 456, but before she does, and I've got that in a video. I think that that's coming August 5th. If I remember correctly, it's coming August 5th. But first, we've got to see what's up with the teacher. The homeschooling. The homeschooling, guys. A divine justice with the homeschooling. And that 1143 that he has right here in the 12th house of Scorpio, and the 1143 that he has right here in the 6th house of Taurus, those two, that axis is going to be activated at the same time when this divine justice comes over him. It's a homeschooling teacher. So the things that he was receiving information about homeschool. That 1143 and this one is just information. It would be a lead. It would be a lead that could come in, or a lead that had come in from a teacher. One that could have been from a teacher, something from a teacher. So if we think about the DCS reports, if we think about all of the reports that we have seen, did any of them talk about a teacher? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. One of those reports with the DCS was called in from a teacher. So I do keep that in mind. And I am wondering about that because she's in retrograde. We're going back into the past. We're going back into the past with a teacher. Like I said, I do know that Texana has that degree. So will we see her? Will we hear from her? Could be. Could be. I just find that I find it very, very interesting. And I find it interesting that the teacher here at an 1857, she is sitting here and she's coming. She's on her way. The teacher is on her way to the Saturn, slowing things down with Sebastian's public image. And she's already opposed the groups here and shaked us up at home with mom. Yeah, Texana has disappeared, hasn't she? She sure did. Sure did. Hey, his eyes, good to see you, babe. Could be hidden in a friend or family's home and homeschooled, hidden from the public. Could be why he's not found. Exactly. So many different scenarios. But we do, I mean, we're wondering. All at the same time, remember, we've got the dark moon that is about to make its return. All of this is happening. All of this is happening. All the while, Jupiter, all of this right here, all of this eighth house with Leo is all right here in Sebastian's ninth house. And it has to do with what? Military. It has to do with judges, prosecutors, attorneys, long travels, all of it. And Jupiter being here in the ninth house, this is where it's opposing the third house. That's Sebastian's communications with groups. It's Sebastian's communications with his sister. And let me tell you something right now. Speaking of his sister and home and homeschool and police officers, military, police officers, military, all of that here. His sister is being opposed by Chiron. Chiron is at a 0051 and it's in Taurus. She has a 0051 in her chart. And so does Chris Carr, the neighbor in the back. So Chiron is activating Chris Carr right now and is going to activate his chart for a while. And Sebastian's stepsister for a while. And I say that because I want to show you why. I want to show you why it's going to be a while. Because if we play the tape through and we look at the transits at this 0051 with Chiron right here and just watch the degree, we're going to watch it not really move. It's just going to stay. Look, August 2nd, it's now at a station. Ooh, August 3rd. Now it's at a station at a 0052. So it's going to be stationing at a hard intense station at a 0051 and a 0052 until it goes in retrograde. And then it's not going to let off until August 10th. Well, the 0050, I can already tell you, that's the state of Tennessee and it's the state of Arizona. So there's two states that have a lot of energy with pain, with things that are painful, especially from the past when it has to do with money, when it has to do with resources and the earth. Does that mean that we could see a big ass earthquake here in Tennessee? It's possible. But I definitely think that with this energy with Jupiter and all, we are going to see earthquakes. We're going to see things happening with the, everything that I was talking about with the military, with the sun, because our luminary, that sun is ruled. It rules Leo, education is ruled by Leo, but this is going to be an ongoing thing. It's a theme we are seeing, or we are going to definitely see with Sebastian's stepsister and with Chris Carr. He is going to have an activation. There's going to be a breakup. There's a breakup with Chris Carr. I don't know how it's going to work itself out. I don't talk to Chris. I don't know anything that's going on in that neighborhood. I can just tell you that there is a breakup. Whatever he is going through, whatever he is going through, it's a painful breakup. And it could be about money, finances, things having to do with resources. Definitely earthy. Definitely earthy. Okay. And that's also, there is a major opposition with Sebastian's stepsister. So I don't know where she's at. I don't know if she is there in Hendersonville, if she is at home in New Mexico. Have no idea. No idea. But I do know that these two people are going to be feeling this Chiron in a big way. Big way. For Faith, for Sebastian's stepsister, I think it's going to be about investigations. And it could be investigation with her dad. With her dad. The investigations with her dad. So I can definitely see that things are very much progressing. I definitely wanted you guys to know, like, I'm even though I'm here, like, I'm still looking. I'm still trying to understand. So here we go. Let's go ahead and look at this 11:43. That is going to be tonight, Tuesday night, 7:43 Nashville time. Nashville time. Let me see. Does that? Oh, okay. I see. Let me pull up the TBI. Let's go ahead and get into some charts with the TBI and Sumner County. Let's go ahead and see if we can see what's going on behind closed doors, because we may not be hearing about any of this. Maybe, somebody will do a live and they're going to be talking about it. I don't know. But if we look at the TBI right now with the transits, the TBI, their desires, when this comes into transit, and it has been a lot here lately, Apollo has been going back and forth. The physician in Scorpio has been going back and forth from the 617 to the 618. So the TBI has been doing a lot. I'm talking a lot of work, especially when it comes to investigating online predators. Okay. Online predators, that's where they excel. If it has nothing to do, if the investigation has nothing to do with an online predator, they do not excel. That's my own observation. It is my own observation, okay? But what I want us to take note of is this. The TBI tonight, when let me pull up the other chart. Tonight, when the TBI, let's see, yeah, when when his chart is activated, so is the TBI's. Watch this. So the TBI tonight, as soon as that 1143 comes into transit and activates Sebastian's teacher, this learning, possibly with Chris Carr, something having to do with Sebastian's stepsister. The TBI, huh, wow. The TBI is going, and then it's actually showing that 344. This is just wild to me. Wild. And I'm going to tell you why. Oh, wow. This 344 is definitely a big deal. All right. Hold on. I'm trying to wrap my head around this now. Why that 344 is showing up. Okay, so the 1143 is going to activate the teacher. Then at the same time, here in the ninth house tonight, this teacher, whatever activation that is happening tonight, the TBI is getting some enlightenment. And this enlightenment's going to be over the TBI for 24 hours. This isn't just going to be a quick one. No, this is going to be, this is going to be in some time. Now, Jupiter has already went over their lowest point. Their lowest point is, of course, the judges, the attorneys, the law, right? And possibly military. Possibly, something having to do with, religion, a church. I don't know. The TBI. We did have, okay, so I think that it could be definitely something like this. The TBI could be investigating what happened at the camp today when that teenager died. There could be more investigations, but I don't think so. I don't think that that's what it is. I think that the sun is about to shine. It's at the sun tonight at this time is at a 5:57. Well, the sun is going to shine here. And the sun is going to shine at their lowest point, and it's going to oppose groups and their midheaven. The sun has already opposed their teacher and the things that they learn about the courts and the judges. Hygeia, oh, she's only out of 512, and she's conjunct here. So again, the kids' health, education, school, teacher. There is something here. Who is the teacher? Who is the teacher? If Sebastian was who's the teacher? Who was teaching him? Interesting. 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 Now let me pull up the state of Tennessee. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. The lunar node. So the south node has already went over him and Chris Carr. So over TBI and Chris Carr. So the fate with TBI and Chris Carr, there is some type of fate there. I don't know what it is, but there is a fate with the TBI and Chris Carr, the neighbor that is in back of Sebastian. I see. Okay, so Mercury is definitely coming. Mercury is going to come to that 1829 that Sebastian has. Let's go ahead and look at that. Let's go ahead and look at that because I want to see when the media is going to hit that intensity. There's an intensity here. 1829 with Mercury. Let's see if Mercury even makes it there. Yeah, it is. It's going to. So this is going to be pretty, this is going to be tomorrow. Is this going to be tomorrow? Hold on. Oh, this is going to be Thursday morning. Interesting. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one to watch. Right there. This is gonna be Thursday morning around 9 o'clock. Huh. Let me just look at it for a second. That 12:51. I want to say that 12:51 is Kentucky. See, tomorrow, Thursday morning, that enlightenment with the values is still with the TBI. We still have the Secret Service right here. 2525. Interesting. Thursday morning. This is in the 11th house of groups. So see what's happening. What's going to happen is Mercury is going to sit on Sebastian Rogers. 8th house vertex. It's going to be very intense with communications. Any type of communications. It's going to be so intense. Thursday morning. And look at that. The moon in Aquarius is at an 1828. So the moon is actually going to activate a reflection of groups video with the moon because it's going to come into that 1829. So the moon will activate we the people. Something about Katie. Huh. You know what? The FBI is going to be in this too. The FBI is going to learn something about the FBI. The FBI will also be a part of this, guys, because the FBI is going to learn. They're going to get some wisdom. They will get some wisdom. 929. Who has that 929? I know who does it. Oh, who has that? Oh my God, who's got it? Who's got that 929? I already know. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I've seen this. I think I've already talked about this. Hold up. Who's got the 929? Is it the Hold on just a second. I gotta find who that is. It could be Chris Carr. Dang it, who's got it? Let me look at this one because I've got two for him and I couldn't remember which one it was. It's 922. Nope, 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 nope. Let me look at Chris Carr. Could be him. Sorry, guys. Hold up. Hold up. See, you or oh, oh, God. I know. Okay. I know who it is, but I hate it. I hate it when people do this to me. I hate it when people do this to me, but I can't tell you. I can't tell you. But what I can say, I know who it is now. Um, Man, it's not Chris Carr. I know, my Marissa. Uh, Let me try to think of a way that I could. It's it's definitely something that needs to be public. It actually, let me just say this, it's been public. Everything that has ever been put on social media, it's public. Whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on TikTok, because sometimes people be, screen recording. Even if you were to go back and delete it, it just stays forever. So it could be. I'm going to make the connection. Yeah. Especially now that I know. Okay, so it's going to have something. It is something to do. Okay. It is definitely something to do with a video. And I'm hoping that the FBI is going to learn about it. Because that's what it's looking like. There is definitely some teaching. And this 929 could be, oh my God. Where, oh my God. I'm trying to figure out how I can say it without saying anything. How I can finagle this and still be holding my morals and values and ethics, about what I'm doing here. Basically, what I'm seeing is that there's a video. There's a video out there. And of course, there's tons of them, right? So I can't tell you which one. But there are videos out there where people say too much. People have said way too much. And if you think about it, about some of the people in this, in this community with Sebastian's case, especially on TikTok. And a lot of you here wouldn't even know who the hell I'm talking about. Well, you probably would. But I don't want to say it because it's been given to Seth, you know. Seth has this knowledge. It's not like but I think that it could it could blow the top off of investigations, especially when it comes to authority over Sebastian's case. And there's a lot of people that come on these YouTube streets and on TikTok and they say way too much. Way too much. And because they say way too much, especially, Sebastian's been missing 2.5 years. So, they get into a squabble with somebody and then they start going off on them and they say too much. And even, people knowing that everything stays on social media, they still went on blabbing. There were several people that were blabbing, saying too much. Too much. And so I think that this investigation and Seth's case, it could blow the water. I mean, it would blow up. And I don't know. Hope that that's what it is. I hope that that's what it is. So, people that have been on this case talking about it have just said things that are too much. And so I think that that's what I'm seeing right here, because this is going to be a 24-hour transit. And the 929 was in transit when Sebastian went missing. Saturn, no, what was it? Hold on, let me go back. Let me look at, let me also make sure. So I don't know what time Bowersox was born. But I'm pretty sure that he has either a 928 or a 929 in his birth chart. I want to see it again. It's a 928 here. This is at 7:36 p.m. But let's say that it's a 929. He would have been born before 6. So he could also have that degree. Okay, so the 929 would also be Terry Bowersocks. Terry Bowersocks. And this is where he has a lot of warring. Lots and lots of warring. You know how he was talking about whooping up on Face Mom Nina with a baseball bat? Yeah, his anger that he doesn't control. Well, there's going to be a lot either on the 30th or the 31st. This will have to do with him. And I'm thinking that it's probably this 929. Lots and lots of anger with authority, with work. And he did, have a motor coach business. Remember, he had motor coaches. So that is also in Kentucky. F and Terry, man. F and Terry. So that's also in Kentucky. And I'm pretty sure that I'm seeing Kentucky. That's interesting that I'm seeing this. But it's also, I can also see the blabber, because the blabber and the moon is also coming to that blabbermouth about things of the past. But man, Mercury is going to be giving us a little bit of something, something. I wonder what that is. Does anybody, is there anything new on Sebastian's case since I stepped away to have my grandbaby snaggletooth? Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah. Lots of energy, lots and lots of energy that is going to be with me and Seth on the 30th too, that morning. Thursday morning is going to be a lot of energy. Communications. Huh. Where is Seth Rogers? I was hoping he would come around and say hey, but he could be, he could be having some migraines right now. Let me stop this and let me look at 2450, 2450, 2450. Was it 2650? No. Let me look at Sumner County. Let me pull up Sumner County. I was so proud of this chart when I pulled it up. I was like, oh my gosh, I've got it. Sumner. Let me pull that chart up. I want to show you it with Sebastian's first. And then I'm going to look at it with the 30th and see what's up with that. Definitely see the TBI, the FBI, all in that chart when the media it brings a major intensity to Sebastian, especially with the media and home. It could be, Mercury is also about, communications, anything having to do with communications. But I'm hopeful that there's going to be a lead come in tonight. I'm hopeful that there's going to be a lead come in the next couple of hours. So let me pull up Sumner County and Sebastian. Sumner County is going to be on the left. Sebastian is on the right. Sebastian. Okay. Now, let's look. So Sumner County is right here. Look at that, 1516. 1516, outer wheel with things of the past. And they're every day with Sumner County. Well, you know what? That 1516 is going into the car. To the car. To the body. To the explosion. To long travels. Anything having to do with courts. Courts. right? Right. So that's what's happening. That's what was happening when Sebastian went missing. Because let me show you something. When he went missing, it's very interesting to see this because when Sebastian went missing, let's just go ahead and do uh Sebastian missing. I want to get it to the 1516 with the car or with the body or with the or with military police, things of that nature. Because we could have a policeman, a dirty cop, or more than one dirty cops. So at 1:36 a.m., the sun is shining on the state of Tennessee. Mercury is opposing their Mercury. And when Sebastian goes missing, that 929 is coming into transit. And it's limits and obstacles with Terry Bowersox, no doubt about it. And this other person, another person. There is a relationship here in the ninth house when Sebastian goes missing, and it's at a 1516. That relationship is with the body, it's with the vehicle, it's with a lot of action, and it's going far. Going far. It's a lot of action with it. So this 1516 is a relationship. And I've always wondered who the relationship was. Now that I see Sumner County, I'm like, whoa, okay. They have it too. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay. Very interesting. So when he goes missing, the other thing when he goes missing is when shoot, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Yeah, the wisdom holder. Remember, I kept saying the wisdom holder is in Mississippi. Well, the wisdom holder here with the 11th house of groups and other people's money, it's not just in Mississippi. It's not just in Mississippi. The wisdom is also with Sumner County, and it's where they let go. And there's some betrayal here. They let go at that 1616. No matter what time Sumner County would have been incorporated that day. I mean, it is what it is. They definitely have a relationship with a lot of wisdom when it comes to Sumner County and their relationship with the wisdom of the TBI, this 2117. I have that in my chart as well with Poseidon. But the TBI 2117 in their chart, the 2117 is, let me find it right here with the second house of communications, their values, and the courts, the judges right here. Or I'm sorry, right here in the eighth house with the judges and the courts, and the things are hidden. And again, they do well with hidden sex with this eighth house, but they don't excel in other areas, which is really sucks. They do shine. The TBI does shine where Chris Carr has his Saturn. So there's things about Chris Carr that I'm really I just don't trust. There's a lot of things about Chris Carr I don't trust, and it's mainly because of what I see in the charts. That would be my reason, no doubt about it. So as you can see, Sumner County not only is connecting to Sebastian, they also connect to when he goes missing. They also connect to the TBI. And there are, like when he goes missing, 1754. So they have, Sumner County has a Neptune that is a 1754, and this is in their eighth house. The eighth house of death, rebirth, regeneration, other people's money, things are hidden with investigations. And this is where things have to change. There's a death here. There is beginnings and endings with Sumner County. And there is, right? I mean, Sonny Weatherford passed away. The 1754 is their Neptune. So if we look at when Sebastian goes missing and we look for that 1754 anywhere, we can see that the 1754, the South Node, was already on their Neptune. It was already on their Neptune. at a 1754. Let me show you when that would have taken place. It would have started at 4:36 p.m. on Sunday. And the state of Tennessee has 2211, and so do I. Well, guess what? There was a shakeup that was taking place with Sebastian in the fourth house of home with investigations and long travels, things that would have to do with courts, investigation with a court and Sebastian. Okay. And the 456 was coming with Mercury. That's where we get the taking out the trash. Okay. Taking out the trash. Mercury is not showing us Sebastian. It's showing us a shadow. It's showing us a silhouette. Okay. So the South Node is here in the third house of communications at 4:30 p.m. Wow. And let me show you Sumner County one more time. Because what I'm going to tell you is not just because I want it to be this way or I think it's this way. I just really, truly know that at this time, Sumner County's chart is activating in a big way. In a big way. Let me show you. The fate is where they've been before with other people's money, with contracts, with hidden money, investigations that are hidden money. We could think of contracts. We could think of these contracts in Libra and these relationships with the military, with the police, because police is more Libra. Police is going to be more Libra than it is Sag. It's more Libra. And the United States has a dark moon in the ninth house with the courts and the military and judges and all of that. And experiments, okay, experiments. The 1928 was being shaken up in a federal, it was federal, okay? It's at a federal level. But Sumner County, they meet their mark right here with things of the past, with their authority, and the dark moon with the United States. The dark moon with the United States is also about religion, and Tennessee is the Bible. It's one of the states in the Bible Belt. So we could say, okay, that could be that. It could be, but it could also be an experimental, hospital. The 12th house is about prisons and hospitals. It's behind the scenes, behind the scene. I thought it was also interesting that the divine justice with groups in the future is the way that the state of California shines out of 1638. Interesting. I know. Interesting. Very interesting. So this chart, I'm going to get to know it a hell of a lot more than I do now. And as I get to know it, I'm going to be watching Sumner County with all of this. Because I think that no doubt they are definitely, there's a good old boy system. It's about who you know. It's about who you know. Politics. Politics. Sebastian, during this time, was getting a wake-up call. With home, with family, with mom. And he was definitely learning some things. He was definitely learning some things. That could have been when he got this little wake-up call that the bowling alley had league. It was league. So the leagues, shook him up. he's like, well, damn, I can't, can't play. It's definitely, I think that that was definitely something that was going on. The other thing that I want to show you with this chart and looking at it back to back with these degrees in the chart is Neptune. The thing about Neptune at 1:36 a.m. is the 2635 with the moon at 1:36 a.m. It was in a direct opposition. The moon had come to a 2635 at 1:36 a.m. and it was directly opposing Neptune at a 2635 here in the 8th house of investigations and things that are hidden. With Neptune, we got to dissolve Neptune. That could be drugs. It could be, the medicines that he was on. I'm sorry, not the drugs, but the medicines. But I want you to take note of the sun of Sumner County. They shine at a 2635, and they will be having a solar return on November 18th. They will be having a solar return on the 18th. But check it out. Neptune was activating, literally activating the way that they shine with courts, with judges, with attorneys, with prosecutors, DAs, Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. I can't make it up. I absolutely cannot make it up. Mercury at a 445 was coming to that 447 and was going to activate their 4th house of home and communications with the little zapper or whatever it is with the ring cameras. And it's probably something having to do with the technology. I just really found this interesting enough to really say, okay, guys, this chart of Sumner counties is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I can't express enough the way that the energy with Sumner County was being activated, and this 1414 was being activated too with Alabama and and TBI. It's just how far is this, if there is corruption, how deep does it go? It's all there's a lot of politics involved with this, I think. Lots of politics. And I think that their Sumner County's deputies, I don't know, if there's, I don't know. But I'm hoping that we're going to get a lead coming soon. And that this, this is just a phenomenal chart here. It's just amazing to see it. But I do think that we're going to get some leads coming in. And if nothing else, there's going to be some things going on tonight that could be in the media tomorrow. I don't know. But it does make you wonder. And hold on, let me go back. Actually, we could even go back and we could look because Mercury went retrograde. Remember? Oh, Jill, thank you for the $20. Jill, thank you so much for your support, babe. I'm going to go get butter now. Thank you, babe. Thank you guys for your support. Y'all just mean so much to me. And it's not because you would support me financially. It's everything that y'all bring to the table. I can't. Of course I could come on here and I could talk about the transits by myself. Um, I want to focus on the 1658 too. When I'm looking at this, hold on. 1658, where they've been before, that's going to be on. Ooh. So with this energy with Sebastian's chart on July 30th, Thursday morning with Mercury, there's going to be a devouring energy with Sumner County. So will we see a new search? It's possible too. Will we hear something? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We could possibly see, I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see that there is a progression that has taken place. We're not stagnant anymore. We're not stagnant anymore. There's things to talk about. There's a lot of things to really talk about when it comes to his case. So, yeah, good old boy society, girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sandy. I'm glad you're here, honey. Been listening, but was burning dinner. Ah, shoot. Yes, share the FBI flyer, guys. You know, even if you just take it and put it at a dollar store, they'll take it. You can even tape it right in front. But I wanted to come on here tonight and tell you guys everything's great, doing good. Fam is good. I do miss Jeff. I do miss the house. Do miss my chickens. Miss my bed. I miss being in the office. Doing my thing every day. But we got to do what we got to do for our family. And I'm just trying to help Janelle transition. Having a newborn is not easy. And so I'm just helping her, being a good mom, and helping her transition. So, but I'm going to continue to do lives, as long as things are progressing with the baby and we're good, I'm going to be doing some lives. I may have to sit outside and sweat my butt off after taking a shower, but it is what it is. Thursday morning. I'm pretty sure that I know that Mercury in retrograde went over this 1829. And I would have to see like when it was and what happened, like what the media was all about when that took place. Um, hmm. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Jill sent some bread for that butter, right? Thank you, Jill. Thank you, babes. Hello, Sandy. I know, right? Turn the fans on. Well, I've got my, the mosquitoes out here want to take me away. So I've got the citronella going and it's not working. I will. I'm going to turn those on. Hold on. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Okay, so let me see when that happened, and maybe y'all can help me figure out what took place because it was in retrograde. But see, now that Mercury is not in retrograde, Mercury is pushing forward. This isn't about the past. We are moving towards something new. Something new. And I'm excited to see it. But let me see if I can find that date, and y'all can help me figure out what took place that day when Mercury is going to be moving forward. So when Mercury was, let me go back days to get Mercury. Okay, so it wasn't that many days ago. Let me get Mercury there to that 1829. Okay, so that was July 16th. That was July 16th. July 16th. Hold on. Let me go ahead and look at it with Sebastian's chart again. Was that the day that the news broke about the lawsuits? Was it the 16th? I think it was. Remember, because yeah, I think so, because there was a opposition with Katie. There was an opposition with Katie. There was a lot of energy going with this case with Sebastian. Was it July 16th? Yes, that's when it was filed, right? Now we're moving forward. Now we're moving forward. It was the 16th, guys. And the filing was the 16th. Let me go back and look. Hold on. Hold on just a second. Hold on. I know I've got it up somewhere. Hold on. There it is. I've got July 16th on here with that. So I do know total 4. Seth. Set. Okay. File. Damn. Lawsuit. My God. I thought I saved it. Lawsuit. It's got to be right in here somewhere. Damn it. All right, hold on. Oh shit, y'all didn't even see it. I'm just over here just filed on Wednesday the 15th. There was the two filings. One I think was on the 15th and one was on the 16th. And hey Seth, good to see you, buddy. I think there was two. It was on the 15th. Okay. Okay, so the 16th is when the media would have broke it. Let's see. 8 a.m. 8. Just checking you out, babe. Both were on the 15th. No, when I pulled it up, they have a different date on those. They had a different date on them when they were filed. One of them had one date and then the other one had the other. Like at the very bottom of the filing, it's got the, yeah, no, there was two dates, two separate dates. One filing had one date and then the other filing, like say for Sumner, had another date of when they were filed. But either way, the media, that was about things of the past. So the media is going to be going forward. They pulled one and sealed it. Yeah. Yeah, I put that in my video yesterday that they're sealing those documents. Well, the media broke it. It broke, and that's the intensity. That was the intensity with Sebastian with Mercury. Okay. So that's coming back, and it's coming back Thursday morning. So Thursday morning, we've got tomorrow night. I mean, we got tonight with the teacher. And then we've got Thursday morning with this intensity. With Sebastian's natal chart. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that is going to convey to us. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, it seemed like, hold on. So that's, I guess maybe I know that I saw one of them have a different date. Because I thought, why is that they got a different date? Anyways. Katie does need to do the right thing. My God. I mean, just tell us where your kid's at. Give it up. Give it up. Jesus. I'll remember what to call you now, Lady Freedom. You would think it would be weighing on her. I mean, weighing on whoever is involved. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm thinking that we got some. Now that I look at the Sumner County chart, it's there's a lot of activations in their chart, and yeah, with their Neptune on their sun, activating their sun in Scorpio. Yeah, not good, not good. And you know what? The way that I read astrology, I'm just going to tell you point blank. Sumner County's chart's not going to change until that birth chart changes. And it's been the same since the 1700s. So what was that? 1786. I know it, girl. It does weigh on us. It weighs on us. I mean, we're invested. We're invested and we're not going to stop being invested. You know, we're not going to stop. Exactly. Somebody needs to sing. Yep. Just depends on how deep this hole goes and who all's involved, you know, especially when it comes to lawmakers. Hmm. Interesting. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the live. I've really enjoyed being with you guys. I don't know if any of you have anything going on. If you want a card, if you want me to pull a chart, let me know. I'll give y'all a few minutes to, you know, if you don't, then I'm going to jump off here. It's starting to cool down now. Thanks, Jeff. I should have put those fans on a hell of a lot earlier. A lot earlier. Oh yeah. I mean, the documents, reading that stuff is just, it's heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Which, I mean, we knew, you know, we knew that, you know, Seth had told us that you know, he can't tell us what's in them, but it was pretty bad, you know. But reading them for yourself, whew, it's sad. What do you want, his eyes? I can pull something for you. I can pull something for you, honey. You want a card? You want me to look at your chart about something? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, I will, Michelle. Good to see you too, honey. Good to see all of y'all. Like I missed my community, our community here, you know? I mean, yeah, we talk a lot about Sebastian and missing and stuff, but we also talk about other things, you know, we like to divine and, you know, lift each other up. Yeah, thank you for being here, Julia. Thank you for being here. Love you too, Mama Marissa. Love you too, babe. Well, I'm going to jump off here if nobody is needing my services. And if you do, you know, you can always email me. But I appreciate you guys being here today. And I was excited to show you the Sumner County chart. We're going to be talking about it. I'm going to get to know that chart. I can promise you that. Going to get to know it. And I'm going to look and see at the other charts too. I haven't had time to do that with Sumner County, DCS, Sumner County and the law, Sumner County, and you know these upcoming dates. I haven't done that. I haven't done the deep dive, but I'm going to when I get some downtime. But yeah, thank you everybody for being here, and thank you again, Jill, for the $20. Means a lot. I hope you have it to give. You know, I worry about you too. And thanks for all that y'all do. It's a great community we have here. Thank you, Lady Freedom, for being in chat, hanging out with us today. And, you know, until my next live, guys, my next video, peace out.